Welcome back to a special edition of... It's special because, rather than just one, we've got a whole load of them. Because Jeff Name-Dropper Keighley decided to gather all his game industry friends together to have one big summer blowout called Summer Games Fest. I was there on the ground reporting live, twitch.tv/risky_cat. And I'm here to give you a rundown of all the things that were shown at the event, as well as re-reveal everything that was leaked only hours prior to the event, rendering their unveiling at Summer Games Fest totally pointless. Let's go. First to the plate was Capcom, who swung with the trailer for Guile, the newest member of the newly announced Street Fighter 6 roster, whose arena appears to be a disused set from Top Gun Maverick. Definitely less exciting than the actual Street Fighter 6 reveal from State of Play. Then there was Aliens Dark Descent, which not only stole a subtitle from Amnesia, but it wasn't Alien Isolation 2. And it only showed off 2 minutes of a pre-rendered trailer showing normal aliens things, colonial marines in way over their heads, derelict sci-fi military installations, and a whole load of drooling xenomorphs giving out free cranial enhalement surgery alongside its generous 5 seconds of gameplay footage. Continuing the theme of sci-fi horror is so in right now, the real Dead Space 3 showed up with the exact same gameplay trailer from June State of Play, and only showed anything remotely new when Jeff and Glenn had a nice little chat on stage.
Oh, well, Glenn, I got to say, again, what you guys are shipping this year, this looks like a world-class next-gen game.
What more is to be said about the Callisto Protocol than, yes, this is most definitely a Dead Space game, but hey, at least they overcame the horror of having to be in the PUBG universe, and they brought back the patented Dead Space stomp. In absolutely classic fashion, Infinity Ward sucked all the life out of the room by unveiling the latest installment in the Call of Prophet. Sorry, it appears my notes are wrong. The latest installment in the Call of Duty franchise, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Wait a minute, hold on. Clive? Clive, are you serious? Is this right? Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009. What? This is a reimagining of that game? Oh, what the Anyway, I slept through most of this announcement thanks to the wonderfully choreographed and exquisitely boring gameplay sequence they showed, and the only thing really of note from their presentation was that Activision Blizzard were completely conspicuous from all of this. Must be something to do with those accusations they recently cleared themselves of. In much more exciting news, Amiga lovers everywhere rejoice as a sequel to Flashback was announced, and I'll let my unfiltered reaction demonstrate the magnitude of this bombshell. What? They're doing a Flashback sequel?
Let's turn back time. In 2017, we announced Quickfire at the Game Awards. Almost 5 years.
Quickfire looks like a game I would actually buy, looking like a mix of Flying Wild Hog Shadow Warrior and the underrated PS2 gem Darkwatch Curse of the West. Troy NFT's Baker and absolute icon and god Roger Clark showed up to talk about Fort Solis, a narrative thriller made by Fallen Leaf set on a planet that looks suspiciously like Mars. Routine emerged from the murk and gloom after 10 years of nothing to show off an equally murky and gloomy trailer for the most weird and bizarre game I've ever seen, featuring the most terrifying robot design in recent memory. But it does come with the promise of another banging Mick Gordon soundtrack, so color me intrigued. Dwayne I Am a Rock Johnson showed up to tell everyone to buy more Zoa energy drinks and to watch his new movie Black Adam when it releases. Fall Guys went free to play, which is actually pretty cool of them. Good move, lads. Frost Giant Studios, made up of RTS veterans from StarCraft and Warcraft, paid homage to their roots by showing off their latest project Stormgate, with the most 90s/early 2000s trailer at the event, right down to the fact it looked like it'd been rendered on an early Pentium computer. But the RTS genre has started to decompose somewhat, so any injections that can stop the rigor mortis and potentially revive the corpse are welcomed. A stray indie game took the stage way ahead of schedule, as Highwater showed up with one of the most indie game trailers at the event, even more stereotypically indie than the actual indie games from the Day of the Devs event later in the night. And now it's time for the special Quickfire round. Make good telly or get shot. Oh look, another one. Marvel XCOM? This DLC won't be any easier. Anime visual novel speedrunning FPS? Looks good. Hotline, definitely not Miami. Warframe. Space Train gacha game. Another gacha game, but it has a hot werewolf boyfriend, so I'll let it pass. If there's any game that's tubular and radical, it's definitely this one. One word. Generic. More One Piece is good One Piece. I honestly can't believe this is real. This is pure nostalgia. Plain and simple, and I love it. This is BPM, but with a slightly better metal soundtrack. Quarry is Supermassive Games' latest demonstration that just because you can keep all the characters alive in your horror movie-inspired branching narrative QuickTime event game doesn't mean that you should, and you probably should just kill them all instead. The apple of my eye, Nightingale, finally made their long-awaited appearance. We got a nice helping of footage where they showed what happens when Yu-Gi-Oh games get far too out of hand and let you travel between dimensions. And oh boy, what dimensions they are. I'm already hooked on this one. Darktide showed off all the heretic slashing, stomping, shooting, and booping that anyone could ever want. Fat Shark's previous efforts, Vermintide and Vermintide 2, were slam dunks, so applying that very same formula to the 40k universe, and you've gotten success written all over you in my book. Haunted House/Ghost Train Simulator Layers of Fear got to show off its third installment running on Unreal Engine 5. But you know the drill by now with Bloober Team games. You walk through an ominous location, there'll be a string section being murdered with an axe for the soundtrack, things will jump out at you and or appear behind you just when you're feeling good about yourself for completing a puzzle, and every YouTuber and Twitch streamer will be playing it for the weeks following its release, so you'll have that to look forward to. Gotham Knights' new trailer served as a reminder that Rocksteady are not the ones developing it, which does not bode well. But the idea of kicking a whole load of goons in the face in 4-player co-op does sound quite enticing. Finally, to cap off the whole show, Naughty Dog got everything on the red carpet rolled out for them. Beard enthusiast and co-president Neil Druckmann came out to announce a standalone multiplayer game set in the Last of Us universe. The Last of Us series at HBO was once again confirmed to exist, with Craig Mazin of Chernobyl fame serving as co-creator and writer alongside the Druck. We also got to see Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey as the titular Joel and Ellie in a shot that will be familiar to all Last of Us fans, crouching behind a chest-high object in a dimly lit room. More importantly, this little reveal gave those same fans a chance to complain once again about how the actors look nothing like the characters and that they should have just hired the original actors to do performances, etc., etc. Remember, kids, it's not a translation, it's an adaptation. Finally, despite receiving the remaster treatment in 2014, The Last of Us is getting a remake for the PS5 and PC, imaginatively titled The Last of Us Part 1, with the implication that The Last of Us Part 2 will come to PC at some point in the continuation of Sony's current run of porting their biggest franchises to the platform. Well, all of them except for Bloodborne. This particular announcement would have been way bigger had Sony not accidentally leaked it the day prior, but, you know, the confirmation of the PC port was a nice bonus. And that was pretty much everything from the Summer Game Showcase. My final note is that the Day of the Devs event was right after this, and it actually contained a lot more games I'd actually buy.